Hi, my name is Sophia, and today I'm going to be walking you through Levi's ESG sustainability efforts. First of all, ESG stands for Environmental, Social, and Governance. It's a framework that is used to evaluate how companies operate in terms of their impact on the planet, how they treat people, and how ethically they're managed. So we evaluated Levi's using the PwC SG reporting framework, which basically scores companies across three key areas: environmental impact, social responsibility, and their governance practices. Levi's performed strongly, earning a 4.25 in environmental and a 4.33 in both social and governance. Sorry, these scores reflect the company that's made real progress in sustainability, though there are always areas where they can continue to improve. So here's how we kind of got those scores, a little breakdown across specific criterias. In the environmental category, they received a 5 in water conservation, largely thanks to their water-less techniques. However, they earned 4s in their emission reductions and circular fashion due to their ongoing challenges in lowering their carbon footprint and fully transitioning to low-impact materials. In the social category, they got a 5 in consumer education, supported by their Buy Better, Wear Longer campaign, which pushes more mindful fashion choices, kind of taking out fast fashion and just educating their customers. But with fours in community engagement and industry collaboration, there is always room to deepen their local connections and partnerships. For governance, they scored a 5 in leadership commitment, a testament to how actively their CEOs and executives support sustainability, and they scored 4s in transparency and stakeholder involvement, which shows progress but also highlights opportunities for them to involve more external voices in their ESG decisions. So, a little deep dive on their sustainable practices. Levi's environmental efforts, they have made a measurable impact. By 2020, they had saved over 13 billion liters of water using their waterless production methods. And what these methods were is that they included ozone instead of water for washing, combining the finishing steps, and eliminating unnecessary rinsing, making their production way less water intensive. So, despite this progress, their use of conventional cotton and the need to reduce emissions still hold them back. Levi's is moving towards organic cotton, recycled denim, and hemp blends, but obviously broader adoption is needed. Transitioning to plant based fibers and increasing their reliance on renewable energy would also help close the gap in both emissions and material sustainability. In regards to their social responsibility, they perform really well, particularly, like I said, in consumer education. They have this Buy Better, Wear Longer campaign that promotes thoughtful purchasing and longer use of clothing to reduce waste. Their website and marketing channels also give resources on how to care for these garments and shop responsibly. However, they score slightly lower in community engagement because even though they've supported worker well-being in their supply chain through programs like worker well-being, there's an opportunity to expand community-focused efforts. For example, like partnering with local nonprofits or investing in textile recycling programs in underserved areas could strengthen their social impact. So I just wanted to add this picture really quick because it just shows the connection between their products and their sustainability efforts. And what makes this brand so innovative is not just what they say, but how much they put into their designs. So from choosing fewer toxic chemicals to using recyclable hardware, every little detail in their product is considered. And this commitment isn't only environmentally responsible, it's also smart design. These improvements reduce environmental impact while aligning with consumer values and the transparency and sustainability. This is another one that shows where they are today and where they're going next. They plan to reduce gas emissions by 90% in owned operations by 2025 and use 100% renewable electricity. They're also cutting water use by 50% per product across their manufacturing process. And looking ahead, their target is to transition to 100% sustainable raw materials by 2030. They're also working closely with suppliers to improve energy efficiency and responsible sourcing, which are key to long term impact. And lastly, this is also, they obviously already made some progress. Today, 75% of their cotton comes from more sustainable sources. They also use 100% responsibly sourced man made cellulosic fibers, which help protect forests and reduce environmental harm. And where they're trying to go, I already talked about that. But I wanted to talk about their milestones and their well thread times the renewal cell collaboration, which uses circulose, a fiber made from recycled textiles. And in London, they also opened a circularity concept store, which offers secondhand goods, in-store repairs, and recycling drop-offs, bringing circular fashion to life. A little bit about their CEO. Governance is an area where they show strong leadership. Their CEO, Chip Berg, and Vice President Paul Dillinger are both champions of sustainability. Under their direction and leadership, they have made ESG goals a core part of their company's vision, not just a side project. They also provide transparent reporting through corporate sustainability reports. And while they have made excellent progress, there's still space to improve by including more consumer voices and broader stakeholder input into future planning and strategy. Our final recommendations are to continue building momentum, um, to accelerate efforts to reduce emissions and transition to low impact renewable materials. So, invest more in local community driven social programs, especially in supply chain regions, involve their consumers directly through surveys, product collaborations, and sustainability education. And finally, strengthen their visibility in sustainable fashion. By being bolder and more collaborative, they can not only meet expectations but really help shape the fashion industry in the future. So this final slide is a list of the sources that I used for this presentation, including their sustainability reports, the PwC ESG framework, and the Ellen MacArthur Foundation. They give clear, reliable foundation for understanding their current ESG performance and future direction. But that is all. I want to thank you for your time and attention, and I really hope this presentation was as interesting to hear and watch as it was for me to make. Thank you.